Should you become a Psych NP without having Psych RN experience? I did. Stay tuned for the rest of this video to hear my opinion on whether or not you should become a Psych NP without having Psych RN experience. Welcome back to my channel. It's Angel the Psych NP, and on this channel we talk about all things nursing, and we also talk about mental health stuff because I am a mental health nurse practitioner. Today I wanted to talk about, can you or should you become a mental health nurse practitioner and you don't have any Psych RN experience? Now, this is a very controversial topic, and I say that because a lot of people told me that I shouldn't have done it. And I didn't have any Psych RN experience prior to becoming a mental health nurse practitioner. Now, Psych experience, most people consider that, and I also consider it, working on a Psych unit, working in corrections or something like that. I never did that. I was an ICU nurse and I was an ER nurse. In the ER nurses at certain hospitals that I worked at, I will always get the Psych holds, I should say, in the ER. Why? Because I've always had a love for Psych. I have a bachelor's in psychology, and I also have, my mental health nurse practitioner, my master's of science in that. I didn't have the Psych experience that most people say you should have, but I've always had a love for Psych. Some people will argue that that's not enough, but I argue that it is enough because I'm not in it for the money. I've always wanted to do Psych, so I feel like me wanting to learn, or me having a compassion for the mentally ill or people who have mental health problems is different from somebody who coming into the field, because right now it's supposed to be like a big booming field of money because the world is in a crisis right now. So they have all these Psych NP jobs, and people are like, oh, they're making a lot of money doing Psych NP, or that's the direction the world is going because everybody is in like a mental health crisis, especially post-pandemic. And I just feel like if you are somebody who truly have a genuine love for Psych, I think you could do it. I think you could go and be a Psych NP without Psych experience. If you disagree with me, that's fine. We all have our personal experiences and biases, or whatever we want to call it, about what people should and shouldn't do. But I'm speaking from my experience of someone who didn't have any Psych experience, and I went and did it. But like I said, I love Psych. You really have to love Psych though to be able to go into this field without any Psych experience. If you're a Psych RN before, or you worked in a setting that required you to do a lot of Psych, that was a time for you to test whether you like Psych or not. Some people know that they just can't do it. And if you are one of those people, or if you've ever made that type of statement, going to be a Psych NP is not for you. Can you imagine being a Psych NP and you are working in, let's say, corrections, and you're sitting across from somebody who had a life of trauma, and they're telling you, or maybe they didn't tell you, but you know that they killed their whole family, including kids, babies, whatever. Can you provide unbiased care to this person without feeling like, this person is a monster, this person is this person is that, and you can understand the trauma that this person was brought into, and that this person may have just not stood a chance in life because they had so much trauma. Let's say they were molested by their mother, their father, their uncles, everybody who came over. They were molested by these people. They were given drugs at the tender age of 8 years old by their family members to help them be able to withstand the sexual abuse that they were about to endure to them. It's so much trauma sometimes that is behind some of these things that we see in the media. And can you take care of those people without taking that home with you at night and just feeling like overwhelmed? Like, are you somebody that can do that? Or if it's something that's not that, somebody that's incarcerated, what if it's somebody, your everyday working American, that's coming to you with PTSD, trauma, anxiety, and their childhood was the same, but they didn't make that, they didn't act out in a way like that, landed them in jail, but they're going to work every day and they're telling you that they were molested for 6 years of their life, they were raped, they were all kind of trauma that people go through. Can you deal with that? Sometimes working in the psych unit, it helps you to know if that's something that you could deal with or not. If you're somebody that you really need to question that, can I really deal with that? Can I go to work and take care of people? Can I take in and not, let me take that back, not take in, can I listen to these people trauma, pain, all this stuff that they're going through day in and day out, multiple people every day? Can I do that and still go home and live my life and not let it take a toll on me? If you're somebody who you're unsure about that, I suggest maybe you go work maybe 6 months on a psych unit to see, because it's not going to take you long to make that decision of like, is this something that I can do or not? It's gonna hit you real quick, like, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's gonna hit you real quick. If you guys have watched some of my vlogs, you'll know that even as a bedside nurse, or I've always been big on self-care, because we take in a lot as nurses. Even at the bedside, we're physically taking care of people, but sometimes you in those rooms and you just like listening, people telling you their problems at home, the families telling you their problems. Like, we listening to all of those things, and we're emotionally dealing with people dying. We take it a lot. So I'm always, my self-care right now, it might be a 8 out of 10. Trying to get my self-care on a whole nother level, because now I'm actually dealing with people in a prison setting that came from some very horrific backgrounds and have committed some very, horrific crimes. And you got to be able to, go home, sleep at night, not take that stuff with you home. And the body keeps score, the body keeps score of everything that you're going through, everything that you're listening to. Like, you have to know how to detox from all of those things. So if you're a person that don't really have good boundaries with dealing with certain things in your own personal life right now, and you're going into a field of like dealing with people that you got to listen to this stuff all day, every day, you might need to go get some experience in a psych unit to see if you could deal with that. I knew that I could deal with it because I'm very good with my own personal boundaries. I am very good with listening to people even before. Like, I've always, all my life, I've been that person that people could come to me and talk to me about anything. And I'm going to give you the advice that I could give you, my opinions, based on what you tell me or what you're calling me for. And then I'm going to go and take care of me right after. Like, I don't take things in and internalize them, and then it affects me in such a way. That's my 2 cents on whether or not you should go and be a Psych NP without having psych experience. You have to know who you are. You have to, I think, have a genuine love for mental health and not be trying to chase a bag, because the bag is temporary in making you feel good, and then you're back to the square one of like, oh, I hate this. I do not want to listen to these people problems. I'm taking this home with me. And then guess what? Now you got mental health issues trying to help somebody that you really didn't want to help, but you was chasing a bag. Now you got mental health issues, and now you need more. If you have questions or about anything I said in this video, write it down in the comments and I'll respond to you. But that's my schmeal on whether or not you should become a Psych NP without having any prior psych experience. So thanks for watching. It's Angel the Psych NP. Like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Ciao.